I'll tell you what I bring to the office. Honesty, integrity, courage, a commitment to the people of this community that overrides my own personal feelings and my own personal needs, wants, the skills of a trial attorney that has been involved in the criminal field for almost 20 years, probably tried over 100 jury trials of all types of criminal cases. Someone that has experience in both state and federal criminal law, state and federal courts, has done both criminal and civil cases, large cases of both types, plaintiff and defense, and someone that's comfortable and can do their job for this community every day.
In 2002, Paul Gallegos ran for Humboldt County District Attorney. A fresh independent defense lawyer, Gallegos was viewed as the underdog in the race against a 20-year incumbent. He won in the March primary on a platform of justice for all. Courageous and principled, Gallegos' time in office is characterized by a refusal to back away from controversial cases, even when it means he has to go after the rich and powerful.
The district attorney is supposed to make decisions without regard to the politics, even though he or she is an elected officer. They're supposed to try to breathe meaning, if you will, into the principles of our system of government. And of course, the first and foremost one is the idea that everyone is protected and given equal protection under our systems of government. Because if they're not, then it's not a just system of laws.
Just weeks after taking office, Gallegos filed a lawsuit against Maxam, a Texas corporation doing business locally as Pacific Lumber. According to the lawsuit, PL submitted false data, which allowed them to log an additional 40 million board feet per year. Humboldt County's economic and environmental future were in peril. In the state of California, an elected official must be in office for 90 days before a recall campaign can be initiated. 90 days after Gallegos was sworn in, Maxam funded a recall campaign under the guise that he was soft on crime. The recall failed. When we vote for a candidate, we hope to put someone in office with ethics and values that reflect our own. Paul and his wife, attorney Joan Gallegos, are involved parents who focus on family and community.
We're both from big families, and so our perspective of family is probably a little more skewed than most normal people's view. So actually, I like having family around all the time, and we tend to prioritize our family. Family tends to include our really close friends, and we have a really good support network here in terms of friends.
Yeah. It's comfort, trust, people that, there's no pretense. Our neighbor here, their daughter, because they have a business, spends every Thursday night over at our house. They're like family, but they also make dinner for us. Sometimes I'll call them. So almost every Sunday night, there's dinner. When you're from a large family, family is your paradigm. It really is. So what you do is you just bring people into your family, and pretty soon no one's on ceremony.
Yeah, and also it lightens the load in terms of getting stuff done. We try to keep our communication open all the time about, okay, this is going on this week, this is going on this week, we need to make it here and there, and try to coordinate stuff. But it is difficult because our children are getting to the age where all three of them are extremely busy. Their activities are important, as well as events that associated with the fact that Paul's a public official, and just our work lives as well during the day. We're both pretty busy.
We literally email each other because that's the contact we'll have sometimes until the end of the evening.
Seriously, I love spontaneity, but it's just not a luxury that I have or he has in his life anymore. And so the reality is I try to prioritize dates or family vacations or whatever, and I'll schedule them at least 6 months out and have them lined up so that I know that we're going to be spending time together as a family or time together as a couple. But we try to do regular dates, whether it's at lunch or dinner time or just a few minutes here and there, just to kind of reconnect and not have it be about necessarily the kids or work or anything else, but just us being able to reconnect together.
What you try to do is impart a sense of values with your kids. You know, you want to develop them as people, as adults that are going to have to be here when you're gone. So, and raise children of their own. So, you try to, at least I try to, prepare them for their future, the future, and give them a sense of our dog. Give them a sense of their past too, the people that came before them, so that they understand that they're just a link in a chain of people. You know, one of the things I tell my kids is look around. All these buildings, all these roads, everything, they're from the sacrifice of someone that came before you. It really, I'm the same person no matter where I am. I mean, what I try to do is live up to my own values. Certainly at the office, what we like to do is have people that work there that understand that it's both a privilege but a responsibility. It's power that's given to them, or authority, if you will, from the community. People think that the Constitution gives you rights, but it doesn't give you rights. Your rights, our system of government, rest on the premise that you have rights that pre-exist society, that pre-exist the formation of government. That's the natural man. We're so natural, and this Constitution, these Bill of Rights, are that you think are giving you rights. They're not. They are a limitation on the power of government, and that's what makes our system so beautiful. Is that we started off with this contract where we said these are the things that government can't do. Before they take away your personal liberty, they have to do these certain things. We have these things where we say, unless there is this reason for government to step in and regulate your activity, government shouldn't regulate your activity, because you should be free to go about your business. The American system of government, the ideas behind it, I think, are awesome. I think our legal system, the ideas behind them are awesome. And hopefully what we do is we have people in there that understand that feel that way, that understand they're stewards of the system, and that it's not theirs. They're responsible for enforcing it, taking care of it, and passing it on to the next generation, and ideally with a sense of doing so in a way that next generation says, this is something worth keeping.